So today I have the pleasure of talking to Emma. Emma, please introduce yourself and your business to the community.
So hi everyone, my name is Emma Cantillion. I run and own the barn at Lee's Farm, which is a couple of sustainable holiday lets based in the Ironbridge Gorge UNESCO World Heritage Site.
Fantastic, Emma. And how long have you done that for?
I've been doing it now since 2017, so yes, quite a while now, still going.
Fantastic. I mean, the destination around Ironbridge there, I mean, is steeped in history. What's some of the, you mentioned sustainable, what's some of the things that people can learn or the benefits of coming to visit and stay with you?
I think one thing that I wanted to do from when I started and sort of originally got the idea was one, to have accommodation that supported the local economy, so small businesses, local businesses, but also to educate guests not only on those things, but also the rich heritage that we've got around here. I think sometimes in the UK we forget what's on our doorsteps. And that's what I really like to share. And sustainability doesn't just mean recycling, does it? It means, you know, supporting local, shopping local, educating people, and also looking after the local area as well.
Fantastic. And who would you say your best customer is? Who do you attract?
It's really hard actually, because I've had people from all over the world. So I've had people from Australia, New Zealand, India, the States. I think one of the nicest set of guests I had were a couple from Australia who she was looking at the local history to find family and her own heritage. And they stayed for over a week, and we ended up, I put her in touch with the local Madeley Historical Society, and she found out some things about her family. But also I've had people come and stay from Shifnal and Telford, which are literally like 5 minutes down the road. So it's nice. I hope what I do is help people feel like they're escaping, however close they are, you know, to me here. So.
Were there any changes you had considered that COVID, I'm going to go to COVID, made a necessity for you?
Obviously, for the hospitality and tourism industry, we were hit very, very hard. I'm not going to lie, there were things about it that I looked at it in a very positive light, because I work full-time as well as running the business. So for me, it gave me a chance to step back and sort of reevaluate some of the things. It gave me a chance to do a few more of those sustainability ideas that I wanted. So biodiversity, I was able to put in a pond and sort of change how people came in and out of my holiday lets, so that they actually got to see some of the things that I've put in place. But also I think, yeah, I had to rethink the whole experience. Obviously the sort of the cleaning and the extra cleaning and the meet and greet was very difficult, because I do a lot of I always meet and greet my guests, and it was so hard not to be able to sort of show them around and things like that. But it was hard, but there were some positives. I do try.
Absolutely, yeah. And you suggested there about you know, being able to take stock and reevaluate, which I think you know was one of the powerful things from COVID that we all came out with, was having some time to just sit back and go, okay, are we on the right journey? Are we really doing everything that we want? And within your business, are we actually giving everyone to give to? So I think there was some real positive energy that came out the other side. Of the actions that you took with the pandemic, you talked about cleaning, you talked about implementing other things. Are there things that still remain part of your business?
Absolutely. One thing I really was able to focus on is I decided that I'd quite like to look at what accreditation there was for businesses of my size, because it's me, myself and I, really, with two very reluctant teenagers. Um, so I decided to go for the Green Tourism Award. And I really didn't think that I would be able to do it because it seemed to be aimed at bigger businesses. So it really gave me a chance to have a real pick through it to see whether I could do that. And actually I got my gold accreditation last October, and I've just received my second year in a row. So I'm only one of three in Shropshire, and the other two are the Bliss Hill Museums, the Ironbridge Gorge Trust, and one of the hotels in Ironbridge. So yes, that remains with me. But again, it gave me time to do it, which I wouldn't have been able to do necessarily.
Congratulations. Fantastic. What would you say that, since being a business owner, has been one of your biggest learnings?
For me, it has got to be delegation, and I stand by this. And if anyone's setting up a business, I would always say, look at the things that you really don't like doing, that you're not maybe as good at, because we're expected to wear all the hats, aren't we, if we're a small business. And bookkeeping and accounting aren't my strong point, but they're a necessity. So even though I might not have been paying myself, I still decided that that was something that would take me days and days and weeks, and I'd always put off to the last minute. I could actually delegate. And it's the same with things like, marketing. I know where my strengths and weaknesses are. I do the bits I enjoy, and I try and delegate the bits that I don't, because you just spend longer doing them, don't you, if you don't like it, because you put them off. You procrastinate over the smallest thing.
Yeah, I hear that story, and I've been there too. So how do you think you have changed since becoming a business owner?
Probably I think I'm a lot more confident. I'm more understanding, and I'm happier to share my journey. I really enjoy sharing. If somebody asks me a question, then I like to be able to sort of be positive with them. But prior to doing this, is what's considered a trailing spouse. So I'd actually been a stay-at-home parent. So it was a very big transition, and one that was unexpected. So I think my confidence in my business abilities has grown. So yes, definitely.
Fantastic. And we spoke about COVID, some of the challenges and some of the things that you adopted, which is very inspiring to, that positive energy coming out of COVID. Looking back on that journey, how would you sum it up? What three words would you use?
Reflection, I think. Strength. It was very hard. Don't get me wrong. I enjoyed elements. Strength, and I think community. Lots of support from places that you wouldn't necessarily have expected. So yeah, I think those are probably my three words.
I love the community and communication, and you're right, information or support comes sometimes from those that you think, oh, I didn't know that. Fantastic. And finally, what do you wish you had known before you started?
I think maybe not so much what I wish I'd known, but more about I wish I'd had more faith and belief in myself. I think I've been very lucky to have a masterminding group behind me, and I just wish that I had believed in myself like they sort of believed in me and pushed me to do things. And I really, I think I'd have saved a lot of a lot of upset. And also just to be you. Don't try and be anybody or somebody that you think that you should be in business, because at the end of the day you are the business, aren't you? So I think you just need to be quite genuine, and I think that's something that I've learnt. I thought that my holiday lets had to look in a certain way, and everything had to be matching, or and actually no, they both reflect very much reflect me, so and the local environment. So I think be genuine, and yes, that's probably it.
Thank you. That is inspiring, and yeah, it's that you are enough moment in time when you set out. So thank you so much for sharing your story and for sharing your knowledge and experience with us. Is there anything else that you would like to share with the community today that we perhaps haven't touched on?
I think if you're setting up or starting up and you're a very young business, don't be afraid to ask for help at all. And I think people are more than willing to support you. Mentoring is great. If just have somebody for a chat who isn't necessarily in the same business as you. Masterminding groups, if you can find anyone, and if anyone helps, say yes. I think that would be great. So
fantastic. Emma, thank you so much. Thank you for joining us today, and good luck to your future success.
Thank you very much. Nice to meet you. Lovely to see everyone. Bye-bye.